Cardinal signs, your villain era officially begins in 2026. Have you ever felt that spark of resentment when you say yes for the 10th time while every cell in your body is screaming no? That quiet simmering rage that builds up when you realize your own needs are yet again at the bottom of everyone else's to-do list. If you've been feeling like you're walking on a knife's edge, about to make a change so drastic it will send shock waves through your life, I'm here to tell you that you're not going crazy. You're feeling the tremors of a profound shift. For a special group of zodiac signs, the era of people pleasing, of shrinking yourself to fit, of choosing harmony over your own soul deep truth is about to come to a spectacular end. I'm talking to you, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Get ready to be misunderstood. Get ready to be called selfish, difficult, or demanding. Get ready because your villain era is set to begin in 2026. And in this story, the villain is the one who finally learns how to win. Before I begin, this is the Darling Aura, and I'm Clarissa. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're here for the first time, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I really feel the love. And so, if you like the video and it resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's talk about it. So what's happened in the sky that's potential enough to unleash this unapologetic power within you? It all comes down to one planet, Saturn. In astrology, think of Saturn as the great cosmic taskmaster, the universal personal trainer who has zero patience for your excuses. Saturn is the planet of rules, reality, consequences, karma, and hard boundaries. Its job is to apply pressure to test the foundation of everything we've built, our careers, our relationships, our identities, and to expose every single crack. Wherever Saturn goes, it demands maturity and accountability. There are no shortcuts. Saturn teaches us the real freedom isn't found in avoiding responsibility, but in mastering it. Now imagine this slow, moving, stern, show me the receipts planet is moving in the most impulsive, fiery, and impatient sign of the zodiac, Aries. Aries is the spiritual infant, that divine spark. Its motto is I am. It's pure instinct, action, and self-interest. Aries wants to move fast, break things, and start new adventures. So what happened when the planet of breaks and boundaries enters the sign that has no breaks? You get a cosmic crisis and a powerful opportunity. This transit, Saturn in Aries, is what astrologers call the planet in its fall. This means that Saturn's cautious energy struggles in the impulsive territory of the ram. It's like trying to build a skyscraper with dynamite. The clash is immense, but the friction is precisely the point. It's designed to force a radical new level of mastery. This isn't just about acting, it's about acting with intention. It's not just about leading, it's leading with integrity. It's about learning to wield your fire, not as a wildfire, but as a forge that can build an empire. The last time we felt this energy was for the most of the period between 1996 and 1999. Think back to the vibe of that era. It was the time of radical individualism. The dot-com boom saw scrappy startup challenges, corporate giants. The internet gave individuals a platform to become their own brand. We saw the rise of solo heroines like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the unapologetic artists like Missy Elliott. It was a time of DIY culture and rebellion became mainstream. Now that cycle is coming back, but this time it has a once-in-a-lifetime twist. We got a brief preview when Saturn first dipped into Aries around late May 2025 to early September 2025. This was your first taste of those themes to come for the long haul from around February 13th, 2026, and it will be here until April 2028. And almost immediately something historic happens. Around February 20th, 2026, Saturn will make an exact conjunction with Neptune at the very first degree of Aries. Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, and fantasy, and Saturn is the planet of concrete reality. When they meet the reset degree of the zodiac, it creates a collective global reality check. Astrologers interpret this as a moment where dreams are forced to become real or dissolve completely. Illusions we've held about ourselves and our world will fall away, forcing us to build new structures based on truth. This conjunction asks us, are your dreams strong enough to withstand the pressure of reality? Are you willing to do the hard Saturnian work to make your Neptune-sized visions happen? This is the backdrop of your personal villain era. The universe itself is backing your play to get brutally honest and ruthlessly real. Now let's get into the main event. For the 4 cardinal signs, this isn't just background music. This is the headlining act of your life for the next 3 years. The main characters, the 4 signs entering their villain era, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, are the initiators of the zodiac. Your nature is to start, to lead, and to push. The Saturn transit is hitting the most foundational pillars of your life, forcing a total structural overhaul. You're being called to embody a new level of leadership, starting with leading your own life. Aries, you become the villain of self-sovereignty. Aries, this is it. With Saturn moving through your very own sign, this transit is hitting you head on. The mothership is calling you home. For the past few years, you may have been in a period of deep rest, endings, and quiet spiritual work, perhaps feeling isolated, lost, or like you've been gestating on something you can't quite put your name on. That's over. The alarm clock is blaring, and Saturn is demanding you to get up and define who you are on your own terms. This transit is a cosmic coming of age. No matter how old you are, it's about taking all that raw, brilliant Aries energy and giving it structure and stay in power. Your villain era begins the moment you stop asking for permission. You are being pushed to become the sole, undisputed authority of your own life. No more starting projects you don't finish. No more defining yourself through other people's eyes. No more looking for a gold star for your choices. Where you'll be misunderstood is in your newfound selfishness. And I use that word as a compliment. You'll be seen as selfish for finally prioritizing your own path and personal goals. People used you for being the endless source of energy for their projects, and they will be shocked when you turn this focus inwards. You'll be called arrogant for stating your needs directly instead of hinting. You'll be called a bulldozer when you stop letting other people's opinions distract you. Your villainous superpower is authentic authority. By embracing this Saturnian discipline, you're not just starting fires, you're learning to command them. This is a transit to finally build that business, to take your health seriously, to solidify your personal brand, and to step into a leadership role that is authentically you. You are no longer the reckless warrior. You are becoming a strategic general. And your villain era is about understanding your greatest responsibility is to your own potential. Cancer, you become the villain of public ambition. Cancer, for most of your life, your kingdom has been your private world, your home, your family, your inner circle. This is where you rule. But now, Saturn in the assertive sign of Aries creates a powerful tension in your life, putting immense pressure on your career, public reputation, and legacy. Your time to hide is over, honey. The universe is telling you to take your professional life as seriously as you take your private life. For the past 3 years, you may have been expanding your worldview. Now you must take what you believe and build a public legacy with it. Your villain era begins the moment you prioritize your ambition over staying comfortable. You, dear Cancer, are the zodiac's emotional support system. People rely on you to be the soft place to land. But Saturn's influence demands that you become an authority figure and respect that requires a harder shell. It means putting in the long hours at work, even if it means missing a social event. It means making tough strategic career decisions, even if they aren't popular. It means that accepting your calling might require you to be less available. You will be misunderstood as cold, ruthless, or neglectful. People use you for being the over-present nurturer They will feel left behind when you start pouring that energy into building your empire. They will accuse you of changing, of becoming hard, when you erect personal boundaries and demand to be taken seriously. Your family might question your new drive, feeling threatened by your commitment to a world outside the home. Your villainous superpower is structured legacy. By embracing this transit, you aren't abandoning your gifts, you're bringing them to the world on a grander scale. This is your time to become the CEO, the authority in your field, the person whose name is on the door. You're learning to build a career that has a lasting structure, providing for your loved ones in ways you never thought possible. Your villain era is about proving the most nurturing thing you can do is build a legacy that outlives you. Libra, you become the villain of unfairness. Libra, your entire operating system is based on harmony, balance, and fairness. You're the zodiac's diplomat who will sacrifice your own needs to avoid a fight. Well, with villain now moving through your opposite sign, Aries, this is putting you in direct focus on your one-to-one relationships, contracts, and open enemies. Your relational world is about to get a serious reality check. For the last 3 years, you've been forced to get disciplined with your health, your daily work, and now that discipline must be applied to how you relate to other people. Think of Saturn as the relationship auditor, here to inspect every single one of your connections, both spoken and unspoken. Your villain era begins the moment you decide that true fairness isn't the same as keeping superficial peace. It starts when you finally say, this isn't balanced anymore, and refuse to be the only one compromising. You're being pushed to redefine your relationships, demand reciprocity, and accept that sometimes real harmony is only found on the other side of necessary conflict. You'll be misunderstood as disruptive, argumentative, and unfair. People who benefited from your tendency to overgive will be horrified when you start presenting them with the bill. When you stop smoothing things over and start speaking the difficult truth, you'll be accused of rocking the boat. Your desire for genuine partnerships will be labeled as being too difficult. You, the sign of fairness, will ironically be called unfair for finally demanding what you are owed. Your villainous superpower is unbreakable commitment to do the right things. This transit will test your key relationships. Weak partnerships built on inconvenience or imbalance will likely crumble, but the strong ones, they will be forged in something unbreakable. You will learn the difference between casual connection and true commitment. This is the energy to get engaged, sign that business contract, or finally have the courage to walk away from a bond that has been draining you for years. Your villain era is about understanding the most loving thing you can do is to refuse to settle for anything less than what is just. Capricorn, you become the villain of the foundational no. Capricorn, you're Saturn's home child. You get discipline and hard work better than anyone. Your life is a testament to building and climbing, but for all that mastery of the external world, Saturn in Aries creates a deep friction with your sign, bringing its lessons to the most private part of your life, your home, family, roots, and emotional foundation. For the last few years, you've been reconstructing your finances and values. Now Saturn is going deeper. It's asking you to examine the very ground beneath your feet. What are the family expectations and ancestral patterns you've built your life on? Are they truly supporting the person you've become? Your villain era begins the moment you say no to your legacy. It starts when you dismantle a family tradition that no longer feels right, heal an ancestral wound by refusing to repeat it, or define your home on your own terms, even if it disappoints those who came before you. This is the time to break the family karmic curse, if you believe in that, of course. This is a deep internal rewiring of your foundational programming. You'll be misunderstood as disrespectful, ungrateful, and cold. In families where tradition is everything, your need to create a new foundation will be seen as a rejection of your heritage. When you set boundaries with family members or refuse to uphold expectations that feel inauthentic, you'll be seen as the villain tearing the family apart. Your quest for authentic emotional security might require you to move or renovate or completely redefine your life in a way that others simply cannot understand. Your villainous superpower is a fortified sanctuary. While this transit can feel isolating, its ultimate purpose is to help you build an inner and outer foundation that is truly unshakable and is yours. This is the time to buy the house, heal the deep-seated family trauma, create your own traditions, build a private life that genuinely nurtures you. You're moving from a sense of inherited duty to an authentic security. Your villain era, Capricorn, is about having the courage to tear down your own house to the studs so you can finally build a home. The conclusion, the moral of the story. This Saturn in Aries transit from 2026 to 2028 isn't about becoming a bad person. The villain era is a powerful metaphor for one that is most necessary, a spiritual lesson, a radical and self-advocating time for you. It's about realizing you can't be the hero of your own story if you're constantly playing a supporting role in everyone else's. Becoming the villain in someone else's narrative, the one who's too demanding, too ambitious, too honest, is often the price of admission for stepping into your own power. Saturn is teaching you, the cardinal signs, how to build with fire. It's a lesson of discipline, passion, and courageous authenticity. The energy is challenging, yes. It will push you to your limits, yes. But on the other side of this test is a version of you that is stronger, more real, and more aligned with your purpose than ever before. It's a gift from karma. So embrace it. Embrace the discomfort. Embrace being misunderstood. This is your permission slip to stop apologizing for the space that you take up in your world. Become the villain. It's the only way to become the hero you're always meant to be. And if this resonates with you, do me a small favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and share with a cardinal sign friend who needs to hear this right now. I'd also like to read your comments. They are great comfort to me. What sign are you? And what part of the villain era is calling you?